All right. Happy. Today is shit. Well, it's Monday, but it was Sunday. So, anyways, um, hope you had a good Sunday. Happy Monday, and this concludes day 29 for me. I just finished up the last 30 calories with my first form Opti Greens, Opti Reds, and magnesium cocktail that I like to kind of wrap up my day. Um, Today was a pretty good day. Not as long work hours today. Got to get off a little bit early, come home, make sure my kids were all taken care of. Wife came home from her trip. So all of that's really nice stuff. And got up early this morning, knocked out workout number one. Grabbed my book, remembered to take it today. Had a little kind of downtime at work. Managed to read my 10 pages. And then when I came home, I did my workout two. Workout two really was my highlight because I did not want to do it like normal. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Normally on my work days, I'll hit the treadmill at work and then finish up with burpees. So I don't have a treadmill at home. But I do have kettlebells, I have club bells, I've got my rings, my weight bar, I've got sandbags and resistance bands. But today I decided to go with kettlebells. And so I did a pretty good kettlebell workout, but I also knocked out in kind of between a couple exercises. I did a set of 50 push-ups, a set of 50 body squats, and then I finished up with 50 burpees. And pushed a little past 46 minutes today with my to finish off my burpees. But one thing I noticed is I do that kind of a lot. Like I do at least 50 squats, 50 push-ups, and 50 burpees. A lot of times I add sit-ups into that mix too. Today I didn't feel like it, but those three exercises have actually made a tremendous impact on my ability to perform during my workouts. They've definitely helped out with my average heart rate for the day, my resting heart rate, and even my ability to push harder and stay at a lower heart rate as I'm pushing harder. So it's kind of cool. Like I've actually been doing push-ups, bodyweight squats, and burpees since when I started adding resistance in. Those were the three things that I added in first. Because they're simple. They're simple, I can do them anywhere, and they don't require any equipment whatsoever. So, if I'm on vacation, I can do those three things. If I'm at work and I just don't feel like getting on the treadmill, I can do those three things. If I'm stuck in a hotel room, I can do those three things. If I'm stuck at home, I can do those three things. If I want to do it outside, I can do those three things. So they're, incredibly versatile. They're very simple, and they're good for your body. So I highly recommend those three exercises. If you just can't think of anything to do, just do a bunch of those and you're gonna get great results. So another insight I had while I was doing that is there was a conversation yesterday with one of my colleagues, and I had mentioned before about people have noticed that I've been on this journey since January, and I'm actually down 40 pounds now. So I'm pretty proud of that. And up until 75 hard, I was only doing about 3 miles per day. I was averaging somewhere around 15-minute pace per mile when I was doing an outside workout. Not fast and not super hard, and it's not a long distance. I'm not just killing it. Well, after reading the Iron Cowboy the other day, I did the 6.28 miles, and I felt really good about it. Like, I was pretty happy. So I posted about it on social media, and I know he saw it, and we were laughing about it. And he goes, there's only so many heartbeats that you have right now, that you're born with. And once you've reached whatever that number you're born with, then that's the end. And there's some truth to that. He said his point was, why increase your heart rate so that you're utilizing more of those beats. And as I thought about it, mathematically that sounds about right. However, once you get to a certain place, the amount of heartbeats that you have while you're doing all that decreases. At the same time, you're decreasing your average heart rate for the whole day, and you're decreasing your resting heart rate. So you're really making your heart more efficient. So you're utilizing less beats per day than you would if you didn't exercise at all. Because you're only pushing, like even when you push and you push to an 80, even 80 to 90 to 100 of your max heart rate, as fast as it can go. You're only doing that for maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. So your whole day, that's 24 hours. That's 20 blocks or 24 blocks of 60 minutes. And I don't know the math on that, so that's what we're going to go with. But so you're using 1/3 of one of those hours where your heart rate's really elevated. The rest of the time, you are at a much lower heart rate than the average person. And that may not make a difference in, a week. But when you start making that week into a month or a year or 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, as that time frame expands, the person that is pushing a little bit harder for that short duration and then has that lower heart rate the rest of the time is actually going to be using a lot less beats per day and a lot way less per year. So it will extend your life. So the number of years that you get to live will increase. It's pretty crude math, but that is an absolute fact. And before I went over, started talking about this, I wanted to grab my notebook and actually just do the math and have it available, but I don't have that today, so maybe I'll do this on a different one. But I think it's a good thing to talk about today, because today is kind of like, it is day 29, but it is also more of the official stuff. Excuse me, oh my God. It is the kind of a little bit more alert and official celebration of day 28, which is my 4 weeks completed during 75 hard. And I'm pretty pumped about that. So I was super tired yesterday by the time I made my video, and it showed, so I didn't want to talk too much, or I could barely think. So today is definitely a celebration, and you know, it's like I always, you know, I've said before, it's overwhelming to think 75 days, and to go, I'm only on day 29, that's 46 more days. I'm not even halfway there. But the thing about it is tomorrow is only one day. It's only one. That's the only day that I have to get through, is tomorrow. Because today's done. I already finished it. Day 29 is finished. All those tasks, done. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, the only thing that I'm thinking about when I first get up is, I actually do two things. I weigh in for my first Phorm app. So tomorrow, actually, tomorrow's kind of a big day, because it's the day that I do my assessment in the first Phorm app. And I'll put a link to the app. It'll be to my coaching thing. If you know, you don't want to have me as a coach, that's fine. Once you get into the app, you can just change and go to a new coach, if that's what you want. Yeah, if not, I would be happy to help. So, but I'll put the link in the description. I also have it on my Instagram, so you know, you can find it either place. But yeah, I do my assessment, and so that includes, so I weigh in, I take progress photos for the assessment. I'm gonna take a progress photo for 75 hard, and I also have to fill out my assessment survey. So, and then I like to personally make a video and send that to my coach, just to kind of give a little bit more information about how the week went, and concerns that I might have, or questions that might have popped up. So that's how I use it. And it's been incredibly helpful. All the coaches that I've had two so far. The first one I had was when I first got into the app, and his name is Tyler Ball. Awesome. You can find him on Instagram as well. Team TCB, and I had got great results. I actually ended up joining their Legionnaires program, and as part of that, they asked me to go and change up the coach. So I changed it up to Michael Schrader, and also phenomenal coach. So those two, you know, having the information, you know, the coaching from both of those guys, it made a huge impact, and has really propelled me forward on this journey. So I can't thank them enough. I've got so much gratitude for the two of them, that I tell them all the time. I send them DMs and stuff saying thank you, because it's just everything has changed. My energy levels, the way I feel about when I look in the mirror. I mean, my own personal accountability. I would have never been able to do 75 hard, even one day before getting started with that first Phorm app. So as a precursor, I recommend going through that. You know, you don't have to, but it is, for me, it helped out a ton. It really helped me start to develop that mental discipline that you need for this. You know, like I said, one day at a time, one task at a time. So like, that's my morning. Like, that's what I'm focused on in the morning, is when I wake up, it's get that assessment done. that has to be done first. That's the very first thing before I drink any water, before I do anything else. Assessment time and progress photo. All right. After that, I get dressed because I do all that naked, and that's true. Just because I don't want any extra weight when I weigh in. But I don't take my progress photos naked. That would be crazy because people actually see that. I do put pants on for that. And then, I get dressed the rest of the way. All right, tomorrow's a school day, so got to take the kids to school. And then I will do my first workout sometime around 9 a.m. Probably going to be an outdoor one. That's what I usually do. It is something that I find enjoyable. And, but that's next task, right? Kind of depending on how things go in the morning, I take my dog for a walk, and I may get my 10 pages in before taking my second kid to school. If I can do that, that sets me up for, that's 3 out of the task done right there in the morning. Usually by then I'm at 60 ounces of water. So that's just kind of how I front load that. Boom. I knock out, as soon as I'm done with the assessment, bam, 20 ounces down. Drop the one kid off at school, bam, 20 ounces down. Second kid, school, workout, another 20 ounces. I'm halfway to the water goal, almost. 4 ounces shy. So I usually go to 140 ounces. That way, guaranteed. 128 it's 12 less. So 140 is 12 more. And that's what I'm going. That's if I get 140, I know I'm 12 ounces more than I had to do. Some days I get 160. I think one day I did 180, and I don't know. I just kind of lost track, and so I knew I had to get sick. I was just like, well, I don't know where I am, so I'm gonna get this last 60 in, because I knew I had done at least 80, and I didn't feel that good afterwards, but it didn't hurt me either. And besides, I sweat a ton when I work out. But that's kind of that's it. And then it's like, all right, what's my food? And I like to go through on the first Phorm app and actually kind of map out my day with food. I know I'm going to do my post workout. I know I'm going to have my reds and greens. So those are the known things. So I usually put those in first, and then I go back and fill in kind of the unknowns, and just to kind of get an idea. They change sometimes they don't. But I make sure that no junk, no alcohol, all the things, and that everything is clean, and I try to get a decent amount of whole food. So that's why I aim for whole food protein if I can. If not, I lean on level 1 to kind of supplement and get my whole food protein. I know I've talked about that before. I need to bring the canister down so I can show it off, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, and that's kind of it. And then I knock out my second workout sometime later in the day. Usually after I pick up my kids from school, it's sometime in the evening, because that's the time that I least want to do it. And it also coincides a little bit more with when I get to work out at work. So I am able to keep that kind of consistent, but I don't always. But it is usually in the evening. I like to do it like that. It's just, it's because I have to overcome that nagging of, I don't really want to do this. And then, once you get those gears turning and start moving and your body's going, you feel good, and it's like when you finish, that's when you feel great. Like, it's like, hell fucking yeah. Damn it. Gotta watch my language on YouTube before they come after me. But yeah, that's kind of it. So anyways, once again, or as always, thank you for watching. If you got some value out of this, like, subscribe, share it. Yeah, check out Phorm. I 100% recommend their stuff. Their protein is amazing. Their protein bars are awesome. Their reds and greens, it makes my evening so much better. It makes my sleep better. So anyways, I definitely recommend checking them out. I think their supplements are awesome. They also have some pretty cool gear. And you get a free t-shirt if you order more than $200, which is pretty easy to do. They're also, they have incredible customer service, and I've never really talked about this. I need to do, I'd like to do some kind of slideshow or video showing all the handwritten notes that I've received from Phorm, both in my stuff and in the stuff that I get. And I'm nobody. I'm just a regular old Legionnaire. I haven't, the only person that buys the products that's under me is me, and I still get thank you notes written in my, the stuff I get from them. I even got this cool a banner to hang up behind my stuff. I need to get that up. And they even sent me 2 extra shirts. Just threw it in there and wrote me a note. Hey, we appreciate you and just want you to have this. I've also received, handwritten thank you in the mail. Just a handwritten thank you note. I don't know any company that does that. None. And I've worked for some good guys, and nothing like this. They set the bar incredibly high for places to do business with. So, anyways, so rant over on Phorm, but they are awesome. And also, because I'm not a hoe, I'm gonna share the show. Check out Real AF. You may not like it, you may. I like it. I enjoy even the stuff I don't agree with. It's still pretty funny. And when he does his Q&AFs, the information is incredibly good. 75 Hard Verses is very helpful, especially if you're having a crappy day during 75 Hard. It's good to listen to one of those and kind of get a little extra juice to pull from. That's it. So again, thank you. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. And happy Monday.